Sometimes I'll get little whispers from the addiction, especially on a Friday, saying, cheeky little 3-team accumulator this weekend, make life a bit more interesting. You're going to be watching the games, might as well. Here's why I can't do that. The metaphor I like for this is the frog in the boiling water, which of course is a metaphor as opposed to something that you would actually do. But it is that if you put a frog in boiling water, it will jump straight out. Put it in cold water and slowly turn the temperature up gradually over time. You can kill it because it doesn't sense the threat coming until it's too late. And my word, that would be exactly me. I can genuinely respect people that do 10, 20 quid a week on gambling, accumulators, football, whatever, and just write it off as something fun to do. I can really also respect people that used to have problematic relationships with gambling and have now kind of brought it back to that level, and that's where they're happy. But that is not me. Here is what would happen if I did that. So if I did that, say even an amount of money that didn't really mean too much to me, I would immediately start to become just a little bit more invested in the result. And my bandwidth for life over the weekend would just start to diminish a bit more because I'd just be starting to hyperfixate on the game. Then one of two things would happen. I'd either win or lose. If I lose, rather than saying that's my lot, the addiction tells me I'm unlucky. It tells me that maybe next time. It doesn't like the fact that that hyperfixation that I had, investment in the result, has now gone. I've now got a void that I need to fill. So the only way I can really fill it is to repeat another bet or other gambling activity. Alternatively, I win. Rather than saying that's great, again, the hyperfixation diminishes. I've got a void that needs filling. So the only way I can fill that is to repeat another bet, more gambling activity. I've broken the seal. I've lit the match, as it were. And then it is just death by 1,000 cuts. I start to make it about money, make it about external circumstances, but I fundamentally want to and need to stay in that gambling state. So there is no park it, one and done. It is a continued behavior at that point. Plus then I now have the rationale that I haven't broken a streak or anything, or I haven't broken my abstinence because I've already placed the first bet. So there is no leverage there to not do it. The gateway is open.